Coffin Drop is intended for mature audiences, so no kiddies allowed. See the episode description for content warnings, and listen with care. Before you all stands the Metal Übermensch, the Stahlsoldat. It is clear this threat will need to be neutralized before you can progress. It is a technological bastard, an abomination of progress, but at its heart is a heart, pumping blood, so it can bleed, and that blood can be drank. As it fixes its camera-like eyes on all of you, remind the audience who we're seeing.
Nicole has just come out of this entryway from the metro, and you see a short, 5'4", brown curly hair, short like a circle sort of bob around her face, in a black bomber jacket with a stripe of safety pins up the arm that looks like a silver stripe, and she has a small shrapnel scar on her left temple.
Slinking up next to Nicole, for indeed this is a vampire who slinks, is Irina, a very tall, very glamorous, very pale vampire with long, blonde, almost white hair. She's wearing a clinging evening gown, which now has a slit going up one leg and 6-inch stiletto heels. Yes, they've inexplicably gotten taller between episode 1 and 2.
Incredible.
Chuck is a lumbering hulk of a gentleman with a patchwork of skin tones and body parts sort of from different origins as he's slowly starting to piece that together, if you will, and wearing a cowboy hat.
And then standing atop the weapons platform in the center of this plaza,
Flint, the half-man, half-bat, all-freak, having just set off this weapons plaza, is standing there, his huge, muscular body hunched down like a deer in the headlights, grimacing to show my teeth that were recently shattered by a Nazi bullet.
the Stahlsoldat turns in its encasement. 4 targets acquired. It does a Roman salute, and the tips of its fingers flip up, and out of each one of them shoots a rocket. 3 of them head directly toward the 3 most human-like vampires standing at the entrance, and one of them U-turns in the air and heads toward you, Flint. However, Flint, you just did this search roll. It did not progress any successes toward the objective. We are going to move down in the order to Arena.
All right, I see these missiles coming. I'm going to get up high. I'm going to jump onto the top of a tank to try to get a better vantage on these incoming missiles and try to shoot them away from the 3 of us.
Ooh.
Hot.
Roll shoot.
2 successes.
Yes.
Also 2 successes. Some objectives and some threats in this game have a challenge stat, which acts as a buffer or shield. You have to apply successes to overcome it before they apply to taking down the number you need to hit.
I think right now what makes the most sense is I'm going to use my hunting rifle to shoot the missiles out of the air just to make sure that we don't take any damage right now.
Absolutely. As they arc towards you, you leap up onto the top of this tank, take aim, and through a straight line, they explode against one another. Nicole
sees this thing come out, preps for that explosion to hit them, and then sees Arena pop them out of the air and goes, "Nice shooting," winks, and then looks around for a second, sees what she needs, and runs up to a display case, hits the butt of her rifle into it, and pulls out the body of a Panzerfaust. And from her back belt loop, unclicks the carabiner that has
weary sigh.
the projectile attached to it, loads the thing, and would you say this is an armored target?
100% I would.
And launches it at this bad boy.
So for my edification, is a Panzerfaust a bazooka?
Yep, it's like an anti-tank bazooka.
Buffy season 2 vibes right now.
Yeah, Buffy season 2 vibes.
And very much, I was like, we've got the atom of it all.
Okay, so shoot 4 plus 3 for this armored target plus 1 for the Panzerfaust. So I'm gonna go ahead and roll these 8 times.
Wow.
Yeah, take her out.
That's gonna be 4 successes and 3 crits.
Oh,
Oh my god.
Irina is so wet right now.
I got 3 successes.
Okay, so I'm gonna defend by using 3 successes to make yours null, right?
And you still have 1 success and 3 crits.
I do have a special when you use explosives. This is an explosive, right?
This is an explosive.
When you use explosives special, reduce an objective or threat's challenge rating by 1. How many times can I use that?
If you want to sink 2 crits to destroy its challenge permanently, absolutely, I will let this giant, impressive, like the future of German warfare technology just be blipped by a bazooka.
With a carabiner hanging off of it.
Yeah, by a lesbian.
As Nicole crouches on one knee, steadies herself for a second, and then cracks a wicked smirk as she pulls the trigger and this thing shoots off towards it. At first, it feels small, and then it just gets bigger as this fire just rips the armor off of his skin, revealing open, wet body underneath as tendons are like hanging in things, and the leftover heat singes his skin for the next 2 successes to hood it.
So you're able to do 3 damage in 1 round to my shiny first mini-boss.
Bye!
The explosion rockets up and as completely fills the frosted glass of this encasement cylinder, shatters over the plaza, and spills like marbles. Flint, it is your turn. You hear below you, what the fuck?
So now there's an exposed hole in its chest?
It's like a reverse Terminator where you got rid of the metal bits to reveal the human part underneath.
Seeing the big hole, I'm gonna go, the buffet is open. And just drop down, try to land into it and start tearing and eating at whatever I can.
Roll brawl.
Ooh, 3 sixes.
Oh! I got 1 success. I did more hurt to you with the police patrol than I did with the steel Ubermensch.
Ain't that commentary?
Oh no.
I would like to put all of those successes towards damaging him, just tearing and eating at whatever I can.
I will let you know after the first 2 you done did it if you want to use that other one to get some blood.
Oh shit.
Ooh, yeah, slurp him up.
All of the super soldier program, the torture and pain that this private volunteered to go through in order to be Germany's hope for the future is undone in a moment and exposed. You crack open his rib cage like you're breaking open the shell of a lobster and sink your teeth into his still beating human heart. His blood tastes like bleach and pine tar and petrol, and as it goes into your gullet, you feel yourself growing stronger. Everybody can get a hand on this ball, and you are all going to be able to unlock your first advance.
Incredible.
You still got to get to the other side of this pavilion. The threat now doesn't exist, so you can take your sweet time, but you can tell me what it looks like as you're going around, and if you want to loot the room.
Oh, I definitely need to take a souvenir.
Yeah, you're surrounded by all kinds of prototype weapons and experimental fuel sources and a tank that you jumped on top of. Whatever you want to be here, basically, if you can justify it, loot the room.
I pick up my carabiner that survived the blast first. Can I get some frag grenades?
Yeah, dude.
Okay, so there's like a natural history museum style display of like
A diorama.
a diorama of like white, undistinguished figure shielding themselves as one by one little grenades are going towards it in like an arc, and it's like, tomorrow's gonna be a blast in German under it or whatever. And I kick that open and grab those grenades off the display.
Wonderful.
And I pin a little scrap of this guy's Nazi uniform to the unmarked figure to make it now a Nazi.
Cool. That is 3 uses, and you get a plus die if you do it in an enclosed space. Anybody else want to take anything shiny?
There any flamethrowers in here?
Yeah, there's a flamethrower in here, of course.
Yeah, I'll take a flamethrower.
That's also 3 uses and plus flammable.
The urge is so strong to take this tank.
I've got stats for it if you want to roll around in a tank.
Let's take the tank. Why not?
Great. Go ahead and add tank to your inventory, plus smash through buildings.
How many uses?
3.
Marvelous.
You never know what you're going to need a tank.
Anything for you, Flint?
I don't think so. I think I'm good with what I've got.
Great.
A minimalist.
I'll take his as I clink, 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 clink.
No, sorry, we are closed now, as it all sinks back down into the ground. As the metal sub-Ubermensch falls to the ground, and you all cross to the far side of the pavilion, the Tesla coils spark with life. And in their illumination, you see a few landmarks peeping out above the houses and the boulevards. A mechanic's garage for expensive-looking cars, a multi-story tavern, and an art museum. They are distinguished from the rest of the landscape in that they are on fire. A terrible yowling, like an air raid siren, echoes across the smoke-filled sky. It is clear that the enemy is taking you for moths, but which flame will you allow yourselves to be drawn to?
My left arm lurches towards the tavern, instinctually. I'm not answering for the group, I'm just saying that's the thing that happens.
I wouldn't be opposed to a drink.
I'm not letting anybody drink alone.
Well, a shame to let the culture perish, but yes, I suppose I will follow.
Don't worry, there might still be some culture in the bar. Hey, fucking the proletariat, all right?
Fucking dying.
You come up to a rundown backstreet bar. Smoky, dark, badly ventilated at the best of times, but especially now, seeing as it's on fire. Rooms that would usually hold dozens of hard-bitted Parisians, the interior is strewn with the mangled bodies of Nazi soldiers. They look like they've been ripped apart. There's a scrape of wood. You turn and see a band of large apes, clad in berets and red ascots, pointing rifles at you. A woman, a human woman, strides forward. Voici vous? Ah, the vampire. Fang told us to expect you. My name is Eponine Fontaine-Colette. I am the leader of this resistance force on the ground here in Paris. She uses her cigarette to light another cigarette, and then lights a second one in her other hand from the flames of the bar, puts them both into her mouth. Suddenly there is a sound of tires screeching and men yelling in German. Ah, they have found us. We will buy you time to escape, unless you wish to mop the floor with them right here. The only thing I hate more than Nazis are people who walk into a bar 5 minutes before it closes. She takes a stick of dynamite from her bag, lights the fuse off her cigarette, and throws it through the window. Your objective: lose the Nazis by hiding in the bar, or join the guerrilla forces and destroy the Nazis assaulting the bar. Let's mix up the order a little bit. Nicole.
I didn't want to interrupt because you were doing so well. But I think she puts the other cigarette and I immediately look for a match, but it's too late. She's already lit it. And I'm like, I need to calm down.
I think you already brought the match when you walked in. She winks at you.
I blush and I start to look towards Irina and I stop looking and
Irina is just looking hungrily between the two of you.
Why choose?
I have 2 hands.
me too. And with that, I cock this submachine gun and I kick over a table as I lay it on top and I just start blasting Nazis.
Phenomenal. Go ahead and roll shoot.
Oh, I did it last turn. Does that matter? Does it reset?
No, it does not reset in this area here. You can fucking use the bullets to threaten them.
Let's terrify them instead.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I just start yelling the names of my many lovers, so I'm gonna scare them with both being gay and my gun.
And rage.
And rage.
So being gay.
That is 1 crit.
I got no successes. Put it wherever you want. Do whatever you want with it.
Okay, so it's hide in the bar, take them out, are our 2 objectives.
It's basically either the resistance force will give you time to flee, or it is join up with the resistance.
Great. I'm gonna use both to fight the Nazis.
Great.
It just rips through the window as I lay fire across, breaking off little pieces more of glass that she had opened.
Inspired by your fervor, the guerrillas also kick open tables and point their assault rifles, firing, laying on a pepper of fire at the incoming squadron. That is Chuck.
Chuck turns to the leader of the guerrilla resistance and goes, I'm so sorry. I hate to ask this, but could you say everything you just said again, but in English? I no parlez-vous français, so I can't. And as an explosion goes, Chuck goes, you know what? We're going to go ahead and put that on ice. Don't worry about that. I will check back in with you, and I would love to hear exactly what's going on. But right now, I'm going to try to kill some Nazis. You said this is a multi-story tavern, correct?
Yeah.
Can Chuck go up a floor and aim down?
100%. Yeah, there's a staircase right by the entrance with a French Budweiser equivalent neon sign flashing, pointing upwards.
So Chuck starts to climb up and turns at the French Budweiser sign and goes, that's so fun. We got one just like that back home. And Chuck will continue up and then out of like a perched window, just slide the flamethrower out and just rain fire.
I guess Cronenberg would be the French Budweiser, but grand. Go ahead and roll shoot.
That is 2 successes and 1-1, which actually gives me a drop of blood.
Oh, fuck yeah.
There are mangled Nazi corpses strewn about this tavern that were here when you walked in, and you can just go ahead and munch on one of those as you flambe.
As I'm firing, I just see there's like a slumped over Nazi like hanging at the window. I'm like, when in Rome, when in France, my apologies.
And the flames circle down. I got 1 success.
Okay. And I'll blast out the flamethrower, and I suppose one of the Nazis like uses a door or something to block the flame, and I'm just like, all right, fine, I'll get back to you later, and I just shift it slightly to his buddy to the side.
He's like looking over me and like, good job. And Flint.
I would like to use another improvised projectile to throw a burning chair or whatever large hulking thing is on fire.
Take your pick. You can grab the whole bar if you want.
I'm doing it. Ripping up the bar, and I'd like to throw it as close to the gas tank of the car that pulled up as I can.
Oh, absolutely. You can like fucking lodge it in it. Go ahead and roll shoot.
That's 1 success.
Grant, I got none.
Shuck it out there as close as I can land it.
You launch this bar, just hammer throwing it through the open window that Nicole shot open, and the flaming wood ping pierces into the gas tank of the car, which explodes, pushing all of these Nazi police to the ground, knocking one off of their threat. Irina.
Oh my goodness. Do you know what I just realized? How rude of me. I'm double parked. And I'm going to run outside and hop into my tank and
Yes.
and then smash this tank into the incoming Nazi threat. And if I can just like slam into it and then just start driving towards a nearby building and just smash them through the building as well, that'd be great.
1,000,000,000% you can. Go ahead and roll brawl, actually. Use brawl with tank.
It's like a different kind of joust.
1 success from me.
1 success, 2 crits.
Phenomenal.
I'm going to use 1 success to cancel out your attack dice. As I am smashing this Nazi patrol car, I'm going to lean out of the tank, like sort of poke my head up and grab one Nazi by the head. Oh, it's like a drive-through. And then I'm just going to sink my teeth into his neck and take 2 blood. And then I'm going to put my remaining 2 successes on the objective of helping the resistance.
Picking up this dude with your tank, your stiletto pressing the gas pedal to the floor, the treads easily crash into a nearby pastisserie, and its edifice crumbles to the ground on top of y'all. Nicole.
I will do what I do best. I'm gonna shoot up in here, lay some more fire as I jump out from behind the table and get out that window, put my back up against this burning building, and start laying fire down. For 3 successes.
Another squad car follows the sound of violence, begins pouring out of the doors, guns on the hoods of their cars, shooting at you. I got 3 successes.
No! I shoot their bullets with my bullets. As I
Hell yeah.
defend myself and get back in the bar.
Net neutral, like 2 Saiyans shooting Kamehameha waves at each other.
100%.
Chuck.
Seeing the other vehicle pull up, I look down at my flamethrower and go, there's a little bit of a lost cause here. And what I'd like to do is fix up a couple Molotov cocktails.
Hell yeah. 10 bar with that left arm. Emphasis on fix.
Yes, that'd be great. Okay, I've got 2 successes and 2 corpse eaters. I love this ability.
Oh my god.
I've got 0.
So, a little for you, and I make a Molotov cocktail. A little for me, and I lean down and I drink the blood of a Nazi. A little for you, I make another Molotov cocktail, and don't mind if I do a little for me.
You just get a straw, puncture it into his jugular, cover it with the top of your thumb, and then
Oh,
Yep.
yeah, that's all right. Yeah, there you go. There you
Taste
go.
as you go.
All right, now I'm going to cut myself off there because it's a school night. And I will go down to distribute, like, the Molotov cocktails to the resistance downstairs.
But yeah, you hand a bunch of gorillas these Molotov cocktails. One of them goes to drink it, and the other one goes, He goes,
Yeah, that's really going to play in radio.
Sorry, yeah, fuck. Old habits die hard. One gorilla hands one to another. He makes as if to drink it, but can't get his face around the flaming rag. Another gorilla indicates to him to throw it, and he nods knowingly.
Thank you.
That's crazy. These gorillas are just like the ones we got back home.
That can't be true.
That's the first thing Nicole questions.
I just don't see it.
How many successes are you applying to the objective?
2.
Great. Flint.
I would like to make a terrify roll, running out through the window towards the new car, wings spread, screaming, "Your friends have been burned or crushed! Leave or do the same!" And then as I'm running, I'd like to activate my ooze form
What?
to just splatter myself onto them as goo.
Come again?
This is my advance.
That's unheard of. Wow. Okay, ooze form. Spend one blood, squeeze through gaps, glop around it, etc.
Activate ooze.
So you leap out flying, which some of the Nazis, they're steeled, they're prepared. We're in Sector 2 now. They are ready for a flying monstrosity at them. They ain't ready for GAC.
That's 1 crit.
I got 1 success. So you can take it or use both of your successes to block it.
It'd be bad if I rolled that second injury, so I'm going to use them both to block it.
The bullets pass harmlessly through the ooze, which then coats and blankets these Nazi soldiers, who begin pulling you as Viscera off of themselves, and it slaps back against their chest. They're terrified, and several of them turn and run. Irina.
I very daintily get out of the tank. As I'm exiting, I'm like holding out a hand and
Eponine Fontaine Colette comes and escorts you down off the side of the tank.
thank you, darling. And I take one of the 3 cigarettes in her mouth and grab it and start smoking it out of my cigarette holder. But then I'm going to look at the Nazis and I'm going to whip my hair and show quite a bit of leg. Gentlemen, such violence in the presence of a lady is most unbecoming. And I'm going to use my dark glamour, spending 1 blood to try to hypnotize all of these Nazis.
Phenomenal.
Amazing.
Nicole looks too.
Eyes on the prize, Nicole. Go ahead and roll con.
Lovely. 3 successes.
No successes.
Incredible. I just radiate this mesmerizing power and just start staring down these fascists, and they drop their guns. I'm going to put 2 successes towards eliminating the threat, and then 1 success towards the objective.
Several of them drop their guns and their jaws, looking at you, stunning in the flames and the smoke like a F.A.N.G. Sephiroth. And as many of them look just gobsmacked by you, they take bullets through the neck as the gorillas take advantage of the drop in their defenses. However, from the rooftops of surrounding buildings, more soldiers appear nearby, which increases their attack.
Oh no.
God damn.
And it is Nicole.
Nicole is outside the building now, sees those guys coming in, goes, I got my own reinforcements. And from the sewers of Paris,
Oh my god.
you can't hear it here, but 2 blocks away where it's much calmer, you just hear as hundreds of rats scurry through the grossest old-timey sludge of the sewers and pop out of a manhole and start covering Nazis everywhere to terrify them.
They pop out of a manhole and eat a manhole. Incredible. Roll terrify.
Oh my god, I love this move.
2 successes.
1 success and a crit.
That crit will block both of those if you want to apply the success somewhere.
Yeah, let's apply that success to our objective. As all of these villains are covered in rats.
Red, the blood of angry rats. Black, the color of the rats. Chuck,
After handing off the Molotov cocktails, I'm gonna get a flash of fire. As I'm looking at like the flames outside, I suddenly get a memory, not a flashback, but a memory. It flashes to a memory, but it's not a flashback. Of flames crawling up like a schoolhouse and someone yelling, I told you they wouldn't let us teach. I told you they wouldn't let us teach. And the teacher going, never mind that, just keep the students safe. I'll buy you time. And I turn back and I look at the gorillas and I go, never mind that, keep the students safe. And I put one hand on one of the gorilla's shoulders. I'll buy you some time. And I'm gonna spin around and start to fire with my revolvers out of the window, encouraging the gorillas to get to safety.
Two gorillas look at each other, shrug. Sure, that makes sense to somebody. And then the one swings out the window and up onto the roof and reaches down a hand to help the other one. A tiny little baby gorilla named Gorilla Vrosh gives you a salute and then gets whizzed out onto the rooftop.
That's a polite gorilla, baby. Let me tell you that. They're raising that gorilla correct.
What are we calling this roll?
I'm just going for shoot.
Great.
Okay, that's going to be 3 successes.
That is going to be 2 successes for me.
Okay, great. So I'll throw that towards the objective.
All 3? Or the one remaining?
The one remaining, please.
Yep, helping those gorillas out of the bar. F.A.N.G. Colette Fontaine is still out there on the front with you, watching to make sure that her men are making their way safely out the back.
Mm-hmm.
It is Flint.
I would first like to leave my ooze form, like on a guy, just reconstitute in order to squeeze him to pieces.
Like absorbing him?
Yes, and then I want to use my grappling hook. I do have a grappling hook.
Of course you do. You're a Batman.
To shoot up onto the roof of this building, seeing all these rats running around going,
All right, I'm going to go where there's less crowd at the restaurant.
and then shoot myself up there.
Cool. I'll call that sneak, I think, because you're trying to get away from the action.
2 successes.
3 successes.
All right. Damage roll then.
You gonna take the one? Yeah, roll damage.
Oh, bad. My jaw is gone. First, my teeth were shattered, and now my jaw is just completely off.
No!
Oh my gosh.
As you reconstitute around this Nazi, his helmet with a spike still on it, your mouth catches on it, and you go to wrench, and snapping his neck, you tear your mandible, leaving it behind, so just the broken stalactite remains of your maxillary teeth are left. And with that, you zip with this grappling hook up to the roof of this building. Oof, you hate to see it happen to a good girl. Irina.
Irina is delighted by the presence of these rats, as is Kim, the player who's playing Irina. I love rats. Oh, what charming babies. I myself am a single mother, and I'm going to scrape my signet ring across my tank and summon my swarm of bats that are going to lift the rats and carry them up to the rooftops and start dropping them upon the Nazis on the roof.
I love every part of this. Are you trying to terrify them, or is that...
Well, I wouldn't find that terrifying. I would find that delightful, but they would probably find them terrifying, yes.
A well-adjusted person would be terrified. 2 successes.
1 success, 1 crit.
Dope.
Crit, taking away your successes.
Great, and then where you're putting that remaining.
Objective, please.
Got it. The rats are now part of the guerrillas' resistance.
They all have little berets.
All of the bats are wearing little scarves and little goggles.
And smoking cigarettes.
That is Nicole.
I know there's a lot of fire already. Can I set this door with a firebomb so that when a Nazi tries to get into this place, it will go off and hurt them?
Rig a little Home Alone.
Yeah, rig a little Home Alone, but more military.
I would call that fixed. You're trying to jerry-rig a trap.
And this is a fire trap, so I'm going to get a little bonus. Okay, that's 1 success and 1 crit. And whoever uses fix next gets a +2.
Great.
3 successes.
So I can just defend.
You can't just, unless you want to take a damage to accomplish something toward the objective. Yeah, don't forget you can heal.
Ah, you got me. I do want to take a damage. I just have no blood. I keep not getting enough successes to drink.
Darling, you need to hydrate.
I can't. I'm busy.
Epidine Fontaine Colette goes, drink with me.
Okay, I have got to save you. Oh, as I'm setting it, it starts to heat up. And my hand, I really got to get it in the right spot. So I just hold my hand on it and I look down and there's like the shape of it with like the serial number burned into my hand.
Ooh. But with that remaining success, you rig a fire trap covering your exit as the remainders of the guerrillas make their way out, and you all leave the bar behind. One of the remaining Nazis comes behind you, throws open the door, throwing caution to the wind, and is blown to smithereens.
I grab Eponine, Fantine, Colette's hand and Irina's hand as we bolt through the back of this place.
Oh, incredible.
The three of you leave the back door. During your mission briefing, you all were made aware of 3 potential breach points that would lead to Sector 1, cultural landmarks that are likely to be poorly guarded and which abut the grounds surrounding the Eiffel Tower. They are the Museum of European Warfare, Jardin des Fées Amusement Park, and a little concert hall, Le Théâtre des Champs-Élysées. All you need to do is pick one and waltz right through. Easy as lying.
Well, first of all, Flint, you doing all right?
Oh no!
And I can spend blood to heal, correct?
Uh-huh.
Great, yeah. I'm like, and then a new jaw, like, grows out of
Just
me.
bone.
Oh, okay.
Sorry about that.
It is hairless, just fresh osteoclast cemented into bone.
Bit of a close shave there, friend.
Yes, quite a bit, yes. Perhaps something a day at the amusement park could remedy?
All right. So we're gonna go to the concert hall. No, I'm sorry. Okay, I'm sorry. I did not.
I've heard about the public schools in America, but this is a little...
And as you say that, flash into my eye. Just get the children out. Let the story of American education echo through the world. God damn it. God, everyone, I'm not having a good time.
You look very distracted.
I am. You know what? Maybe it's something a day at the amusement park would solve. Which is not, and I wink at Nicole, the concert hall.
She looks puzzled for a second and just decides to wink back.
Come, Nicole, I will win you a prize.
I've never had someone else win me a prize.
You don't need to. You're already a prize yourself. You now have the guerrilla resistance as a piece of equipment.
Oh, they're coming with us.
Yes, Eponine.
Flint, you said you were good on loot. You're the only one with an empty loot slot. You now have the resistance. Sorry, Les Resistance. And Les Resistance has 3 uses plus flanking maneuver.
And when we say gorillas, is that a UE, or are these...
Mm-hmm. Yes,
These are like gorilla people?
they are gorillas.
Fantastic.
So where did y'all meet?
We were doing... hits his chest and then indicates pretending to be Hamlet holding up a skull and then shrinks his fingers a little down to indicate it was just a community theater production. But they all really bonded afterwards, and when the city was occupied, they decided to band together and stick around.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Flint, they met in community theater. That's how all the gorillas met.
You got all that?
Hmm?
All right. Good job, Yankee.
Nazi-built amusement, arcade, and illuminations. Popular with young soldiers looking to take girls on a cheap date. The crowning glory of the park is Europe's 3rd largest Ferris wheel. But a wide variety of carousels, carnival games, and lit-up displays provide plenty to do otherwise. In their rush to flee your assault, the civilians staffing this park fled without shutting down the machinery, so many of the lights and attractions have been left running. You see a murder of crows picking up popcorn and barbe papa, which is French cotton candy, in the entrance promenade. As you creep under a yawning ceramic clown's mouth, a tank careens into the ticket seller's kiosk. The top pops off and a terrified crew clambers out. Loaf! Loaf! One shouts as he runs down the barrel of the tank's cannon, slips and hits his crotch hard, then falls to the ground. On his back, he points, Das Rostovich! Aloud. Echoes through the abandoned park, and you turn and see the supports of the 3rd largest Ferris wheel in all of Europe disintegrate as it begins to roll toward you. Floating atop it, a woman. She cackles as an airplane passes by. She points to it, and its wings begin to oxidize mid-flight. Its engines falter, and its propellers fall off as it careens to the ground in the distance. Your objective: navigate a collapsing fairground whilst hunted by an entropy witch. Let's start this time with Chuck.
As I look As I look up at the Entropy Witch floating above the Europe's third greatest Ferris wheel. Amazing. Which is an American where we only experience number ones. This is very hard for me. I suddenly recall being a young pastor of color in the South, watching someone standing at the pulpit high above everybody else, standing closer to God than everybody else, and talking about the ways that things should be. And this young pastor turns to their friend and goes, "The love of God is supposed to bring us humility, not bring us power over the rest of us. We are the sheep, not the shepherd." No, I don't like this at all. And goes back. And Chuck's like, "What the goddamn hell is going on with me? I'm falling apart. Flint, I'm falling apart." And I look up at the E-Witch and point and go, "Listen, ma'am, I don't mean to intrude on what you're doing, but I do not like a Nazi floating above everybody else. The power of love compels you." And I'm going to burn a blood to use lashing tongue. Instead of it being my physical tongue, it is the words of the young preacher from the South to restrain. Now, you're going to float up there and you're going to hear this brief and quite religiously untethered lecture I have about peacefulness, about turning the other cheek, ma'am, about helping the poor, about washing the feet, as I start to go on and occupy her attention.
Fantastic. Go ahead and roll con.
Okay. Here we go. I believe in all of us.
Heads up. As she careens toward you, you feel this aura emanating from her in counter harmony to your words of hope. She has an aura of misfortune about her. Only 5s and 6s count as successes.
Wow. Well, I did get one failure, but fortunately I got one crit.
And Crab.
I want to keep her attention and just kind of keep her in spot.
There is no God but me! Behold! And like the midway begins to careen toward her, and all of these stuffed animals, you see their eyes pop out, and their foam begin to tear at the seams. Let's go, Arena.
I can't have these carnival prizes be destroyed because I need to get one for Nicole.
My treats!
I'm going to hop in my tank, and it also starts careening through some of these buildings as I try to shoot this cannon at the Rust Witch.
Fuck yeah. Go ahead and roll. Shoot.
Ah, man. 2 of my dice were 4s, so I got to discard those. But I got a 5 and a crit.
Nice.
She has 3 successes.
I'm going to put the crit on reducing your attack die, and then my success on reducing the threat.
Okay, so you're still going to take one?
Yeah.
As you shoot into this Ferris wheel, one of the carriages goes flying backwards through another one, and it wobbles unsteadily. As it does, it falls to the side, and you see her reorient herself so that she's still above the center of it, and it begins to turn, almost buzzsawing, as it is now a horizontal Ferris wheel, and she rides it like a saucer. As she does, she goes, "Oh, another magic user! Give it to me!" and holds out her clawed fingers at you and strains some of your life force. Roll on the injury table.
My outfit, it is torn,
That's so much worse.
and not in a really chic way either.
Much in the same way that these stuffed animals, their threads begin to pop, the stitching on your garments, just gaudy and frayed.
Ugh.
It looks cheap.
Oh, I think I need to lie down.
Flint.
I would like to use a blood to use my wings to fly straight at her and try to get in eating range.
Brawl it up.
2 successes.
I also got 2 successes.
Flying at her, going, "Time to test out the new jaw!" And then getting to her, seeing all the things swirling around and kind of like, oh, okay, all right, let's find a better spot to get in here.
Yeah, even as you approach her, the like vigor in your veins drains, and the momentum of this whirling dervish is much more difficult than it appears at first glance. But you soak the damage?
Yeah.
Okay. The momentum buffets you back.
Whoa!
Nicole.
Nicole sees all this happening and goes, "Gotta think big," and would like to sneak without being noticed. towards one of those carnival rides that's like a big pendulum hammer thing where there's people in both
Yes.
sides.
Yeah.
And this one is shaped like Hitler with his hands.
Like cradling.
Yeah.
It's like a really skinny Hitler with his hands cradling in the Nazis that ride in it.
And I'm going to plant some dynamite right at his crotch to explode and knock the whole thing towards the Ferris wheel.
So you're going to use the explosion to create the momentum so that the hammer then falls on the rust wedge. Would you call this sneak? You said sneak. You said the word sneak.
If that's okay.
Yeah.
If that works.
That works for me just fine.
Plus my dynamite, plus my demolitions of the dynamite, plus sneak. Okay. I rolled 8 dice and I got 1 success that counts and 2 crits.
Oh,
I got 2 successes.
Okay. I'm going to use one of those crits to sap again and reduce your objective or threats challenge by 1. I'm going to use one of those crits to absorb the damage I would have taken, and then I'm going to do 1 damage.
Brand.
So she's got Flint the Batman in front of her. I see Arena's dress get torn, and I go, not on my watch. And I run towards this thing. I plant the dynamite right on the crotch, and then it explodes as the whole thing leans over and sort of skewers in the middle of this thing spinning and starts it going off kilter.
Eponine Colefontaine is leaning against one of those test your strength things with a giant mallet and the little bell at the top and watches as your dynamite, boom, strings this huge hammer down on this circular target and collides into her. The Ferris wheel struts shatter and break around. As the dust clears, you see her stand. She reaches out with one of her hands, and a cage connected still to one of the remaining struts, loose from the hub, lifts up like a giant morning star, and she begins wielding it around. That is the end of the round. I'm going to roll a d4 for randomness. Chuck, you have 3 pieces of equipment.
that's right.
You feel the tools on your belt rust and pulverize as they disintegrate, turning to dust blown away in the wind. Your tool belt is eliminated. You no longer have access to it.
Those were American-made tools that you just... Europe ruins everything. Can I just tell you, wine, cheese, English, all better in America. I can't believe this. You know what? And Chuck, is it my turn?
It is.
Chuck storms over. You think I need that? I got my tools right here, 2 hands, okay? I know it's an audio podcast, so I'm telling you, I'm holding up 2 hands, you entropy witch, okay? And I'm gonna grab a what I imagine would be like whack-a-mole, but since it's Nazi Germany, like a whack-a-communist, and I rip open like the back panel of it and just like, you think you're so smart, you rusting all my tools like that, you think that I didn't know that they were gonna rust anyway, I'll just forge new goddamn tools. And I cut the wires and start to spark it up, and I would like to use fix along with the blessings of Nicole, if that's still up for grabs.
Yep.
How many additional d6 was that?
2.
Okay, great. It's 2 successes.
I got 3.
Okay, great. I'm actually, you know what? I'm not opposed to this. I stand firmly as I shoot the communists at the entropy witch, standing bravely like a Michael Bay character. But it's not enough. Do I take damage from this?
If you're using 2 to block, you'll still take 1.
Okay.
Roll once on the injury table.
1. I get a flesh wound.
She, boom, deflects one of these communists back at you, and it hits into your arm, knocking it off. But it's just a flesh wound.
My lesbian arm, you witch!
No! Not the arm of Lesbos.
I did not have my name surgically removed by occult surgeons so that I could be attacked with communism. All systems are doomed to decay. It is Irina.
My dress may look cheap, but the lingerie underneath it is fabulous.
Phenomenal.
I spend 1 blood and hop up onto the top of this prize tent and once again whip my hair and look at the rust witch. It is true, I do have magic, but I have something else. A fantastic pair of legs. And I'm going to try to mesmerize her.
Roll con.
And I get a bonus to this because Chuck did a con roll, right?
Yeah.
Fantastic. 1 success and 2 crits.
2 successes.
I'm going to spend 1 crit to eliminate those 2 successes. I'm going to spend one of my successes to, there's like a Nazi fleeing this carnival, and I'm going to go, you're mine, and I'm going to grab him, drink his blood, and then I'm going to use the last crit to activate my special Enervation of the Soul. Spend 1 blood. On my next roll, I automatically inflict 4 damage to an Ubermensch.
Oh.
Wow. Phenomenal. Also, fighting Entropy Witch with Enervation, the physics of it all, I'm in glee. Describe what it looks like as you're powering up this spell. Witch fight. Witch fight.
Witch fight. I, too, start levitating in the middle of this carnival, and the moon is shining off of my pale hair and skin, and I'm just charging this beam of pure, just sexy energy at this Rust Witch.
Nicole's jaw drops as she just, eyes glaze over and she starts smiling. And there's like a little tear in the corner of her eye.
The Rust Witch reaches above her head and disintegrates the wheels on the track of a roller coaster, and then flings the whole train down at you, Nicole. Flint, it is your turn.
Seeing Arena charging up, I'm going to, through body language and facial cues, communicate to the gorillas to surround the Ferris wheel so that we can get flanking on whatever it is that's coming. And I guess I'll have them fire.
Grand, I'll call that shoot.
Great. I got 1 crit.
2 successes.
I'll soak them both.
You just full on take this roller coaster as it's coming toward Nicole and Arena. You grab it by its caboose and then whip it away out of the Jardin de Fée. Now it is Nicole.
Nicole, in awe, starts automatically walking towards Arena, shakes it off, and then pulls her submachine gun to the front of her, aims it at this witch, and using the flanking of these apes, is going to shoot at them. At the witch, not the apes.
Roll shoot. I got 4 successes.
Watch this. 1 success and 2 crits. Do we think it's going through whatever their challenge rating is, or should I just take some
I am not playing those cards.
You can't. You couldn't possibly. You got 4 successes.
Mm-hmm.
I want to do damage so bad, you guys. Can I soak 3 and then take damage and then use 2 against?
Yes, you can.
That's what I do.
Roll once on the injury table.
As I'm shooting this gun, I don't let go as it blows one of my arms off.
Oh, shit.
Oh, I should have been using multiple items this whole time, but now I can only use 1 item per turn.
Let that be a lesson to the rest of us.
Yeah, it's better to have
Oops.
loved and lost.
As you are opening fire on her, just letting loose with this barrage, she throws a hand out to the side, and from a funhouse mirror with a giant, open clown's mouth, she starts spewing all of the mirrors from this hall of mirrors, and they begin reflecting around her, creating shields that break under your bullets. But even before the glass hits the ground, it hovers and then lashes out, severing your arm. The arterial blood fountains off from your arm, completely coating the attractions nearby you. It is the top of the round.
Oh, no.
Nicole,
What about it?
as the glass cuts off your arm, the blood completely soaks the fuses of your firebombs. There's going to be no way to ignite them. Shuck.
As I'm watching all this violence occur with this cackling witch, I feel pulled by the eyes of the school teacher as that part of my essence sort of takes over and speaks through my mouth and says, "You talk so smugly about entropy and how all things decay. You seem to forget that entropy requires Bozeman's constant. So I'm starting to think, you don't know what the hell you're talking about." And I pull out the flamethrower and I'll light it up and blast it at the witch.
Roll shoot.
Okay, here we go. Oh my goodness, that's 3 crits.
Let's go.
1 success.
Yes!
Okay. I will absolutely apply those 2 crits at taking down the witch.
Okay. And then use the other one to block the damage.
Yep.
Gotcha. You completely torch her, flames igniting. She is on fire, waving her arms back and forth, cackling with laughter. All things, this fire shall extinguish. All things is the end. Turn toward entropy. Arena, it is you. I think it just pops.
Yeah, I think just my hyper beam goes off.
The sexy energy reaches its zenith.
It does. And I'm going to use telekinesis to
Yes.
to grab some of these shattered mirrors from the Hall of Mirrors. And now all of them are reflecting my unearthly beauty. And then they just sail towards the Rust Witch and just rip her to ribbons.
A blizzard of diamond dust cuts her still burning flesh, removing every piece of it, the flames and the glass melding and glittering together. You all turn your eyes away. It's too much to bear. And when you look back, you see the smoldering, charred corpse of a woman whose name was surgically removed by occult surgeons, known only as the Rust Witch, lying dead on the floor. Arena, you sink your teeth into her and taste stinging nettles, pop rocks, and tonic water. There's nothing standing between you all now and Sector 1, the home of the Eiffel Tower, and Hitler's broadcast Zeppelin.
Coffin Drop is a Kitten Marlowe production, edited and produced by Kim Dalton. This episode featured a theme song by Jason Myers, with additional vocals by Amelia Myers. You can find out more about us by visiting kittenmarlowe.com, signing up for our newsletter, or following us on socials. For Discord access, exclusive cast talkbacks, TTRPG materials, and more, visit patreon.com/kittenmarlowe and join MRTNJ and all of our incredible Kitten Marlowe patrons in supporting artist-driven storytelling. Thanks for listening.